What's up guys, it's Emily. So right now I'm going to be doing a story time for you guys on the time I almost got kidnapped. So, give this video a fat thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to always be notified of my videos, comment what you guys think of this story time, and let's get this started. Okay guys, so here is the tea. Here is my story time. The time I almost got kidnapped. Now, I grew up in New York 15 years of my life, and I've never had one incident that happened. Anything bad. Like where anything with a car, anything with anybody trying to snatch me up. Never had an incident. But here, where I live now, I had an incident at 8 o'clock in the morning. Let me think, what year was it? I don't know if it was 2017 or 2018. It was one of those two though. And I started like a little side gig of a babysitting job for my cousin and her boss's kids or whatever. And I had to be up at like 7. I had to be at her house by 8 and stuff like that. 8 o'clock in the morning. And that day I knew it was going to be hot. It was like going to be close to 90 degrees that day. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to put like this cute little tank top, and it had like a skull on it, and then I put like these olive green shorts, and then I put sandals. I don't know if I put makeup. I think I didn't put makeup that day because it was going to be hot, so I think I was going to decide to go in the pool with the kids. Now, I didn't live far. I don't live far from my cousin. So it was like walking distance. And I got ready that day. I did what I had to do, you know, early in the morning, ate some breakfast, and my mom was already up in the morning. She's an early bird when she wants to be. So, you know, I told her I'll see her at like 3:30. That's the time I usually got home from babysitting in the afternoon. So I left my house and I locked up, you know, and I seen this pickup truck. It was like, trying to think like what type of blue. It was like, it wasn't like a bright blue, but it was like a dark blue. Kind of looked like a blueberry color, but it was like a little darker than that. And it had like this, I thought it was like, genuinely, I thought it was, like neighborhood watch, like police officers. So I thought it was like a neighborhood watch truck, because it literally had like that siren thing on top of it. And I was like, oh, whatever. Because I was like, you know, before I usually walk out of my house, I usually look at my surroundings of like if anybody's watching and stuff like that. So the car was just sitting there, so I didn't think anything of it. And then I put one of my headphones in because I wanted to listen to music for, you know, the little walk or whatever. The car was just, you know, I was waiting to cross the street, and like I couldn't see anybody, but the car wasn't moving. So I was like, alright, let me just cross the street because this car is not moving anyways. I was just so scared to cross the street, to be honest, because I didn't know, like, you know, some people are like crazy. They'll like press, you know, the gas or whatever. And I was like, okay, so I crossed the street and I was walking. And all I remember is walking, and once I got past like where my mom had no visualization of me, all I heard was this car, like, I don't know, something just told me to turn back. So I turned back and I seen the car finally moving. It was like right in the center, but the way my area is, it has like a 4-way like street in a way. So there's like 4 ways cars could come. So the car was like right in the middle, and I was like, turn back. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my headphones out because something's not right. In my gut, like, I usually trust my instincts, and I just took my headphones out because it just, I don't know if this person was watching me to make sure like I got to point A to point B. But pretty much once I passed like this fenced area, there was no visualization for my mom to see me anymore. So all I remember, I was actually really close to my cousin's house at that point. I was by her fence, and all I heard is the car go, and I'm like, and he pulls up, like literally right where I'm standing, and I'm like, so luckily I already had my phone out, and he's like, Miss, do you need me to drive you wherever you need to be? And I was just ignoring him because, you know, my mom taught me to not talk to strangers. So he's like, Miss, and I'm like, I was like, no thank you, you could go, sir. So he's like, drive slowing. So I didn't know what to do at that point. So he was like, you look like somebody I know. Do I know you? And I'm like, boy, you never seen me in a day in your life. So all I remember was, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Who has time to do this? Is beyond me. So I remember is this guy literally his car was still on, like, I don't know, I don't know the driving terms of this, but it was not on drive, but it was on still. So he got out of his car and he's like, and I was like, so I just kept walking. Like, I just looked at him and I was like, just kept walking. And he's like, miss, like, you look like somebody I know, blah, 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 blah. He's like, you look like my daughter. I was like, he's like, I'm looking for my daughter. I was like, I'm not your daughter, sir. So I remember at one point I stopped walking because all I remember was, like, I kept trying to walk and he kept following me. He could have just grabbed me from behind and just snatched me. So I'm not stupid. I'm not going to turn my back on you. So I literally was like this way. Like, I was like where he was talking to me and I was like looking at him. And I remember how he looked. He was wearing a gray t-shirt. He had like metal glasses. He looked like he was 50, 60 years old. So yeah, he looked 50, 60 years old. Sorry guys, my battery shut off because I needed to exchange my battery. So he looked about that age. So I was like, boy, literally you look like my dad's age, to be honest. So obviously I wasn't saying that, but that's what I was thinking. And I remember he was trying to like ask me questions like, oh, how old are you? Like, where are you trying to get to? And this, that, and the third. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I literally blurted that out. I was like, I don't know you and I don't want to talk to you. So can you go back in your car? And then he tried to get, like, come up to me. And I was like, so you know what I did? I pulled out my keys. I had my keys between my fingers. Anybody that knows how to do that, you put your keys between your fingers. And then I pulled out my phone because I was ready to take a picture of his license plate. And as soon as I pulled out of my phone, you know what he did? He ran back into his car and he skidded off. And he almost hit my cousin's tree. Like, literally her front, like, in front of her house, he almost hit her tree. And mind you, I was on the side of her house. So he was like literally, and just sped off. Because he was obviously trying to attempt something. I just don't know what he was trying to attempt. I don't know if he was trying to kidnap me or what. But, it wasn't cool. It wasn't at all. And I was honestly shooken up after that, to be honest. I called my cousin. I was trying to call my cousin. She wasn't answering. Called Little John, my cousin Little John. He wasn't answering. And I finally got to the house. I was knocking on the door. Like, I was banging on it. Like, because I was scared because, God forbid, this guy just came back around, you know. And I got scared because at that moment, like, when I got back, like, into my cousin's house, I literally realized he seen me walking out my house. He seen me where I came out of. So that's all I kept thinking about, was he seen where I live now. And I was like literally shaking. And for some reason, my mom called me. I didn't even think about calling her at that time. But my mom called me and she's like, Emily, are you okay? And I was like, what are you talking about? And then she's like, I seen this pickup truck just sitting in the middle of the street, like on the corner. And I was like, yeah, like you don't even know what just happened. I just started bawling my eyes out. Like I was crying. And I told her, and she's like, are you sure you want to babysit today? Like this, that, and the third. And I literally didn't even have a pool day that day with the kids because I was just so scared to go outside. Like even my cousin, she was like, no, just don't take the kids out. Like, you know, I'd rather you guys in the house. Because after that, like, why would that happen, like, that early in the morning? I don't know. And, like, my mom, she said, like, she's like, I don't know, I had, like, a really bad feeling or something. Like, she was telling me this on the phone, and I was crying to her, and I was telling her, like, what happened. And I was, like, literally, like, you could hear the fear in my voice. Like, I was so scared. Because, like, when you're in a predicament with another human that you don't even know, and you're in a situation where something could possibly go wrong, it's not a fun feeling. So I was definitely shooken up after that, and it definitely makes it hard sometimes for me to go out, like, by myself, because, like, anytime I see a car, I get scared, like, especially a pickup truck. Like, you don't know what people are capable of. And any woman that's watching this, just do what I did. Take out your keys and take out your phone, and that's it. Take out your pepper spray, whatever you guys, a taser if you have it. Do whatever you can to protect yourself, because there are creeps out in this world. And that day, I literally thought my life was going to change, to be honest. Like, I didn't know what to prepare for. But thankfully, I am okay. Nothing happened. But I was this close, I swear to God, from getting snatched. If that would have happened, I probably, obviously, would have fought, screamed. My cousin's house was right there. I would have ran as fast as I can. Even though I'm a heavyset girl, I could run, guys. I could run. But that was, like, legit the scariest day of my life. So, this is my story time, guys. Don't talk to strangers. My advice is don't talk to strangers. Be cautious with your surroundings. Make sure you don't keep your music loud if you have headphones on, because you don't know what can happen. Somebody could just come up from behind you, go like this, and then you're done for. Just be careful. Kid-wise, if you're a kid, be careful when you're outside. When you're a teenager, a woman, a man, it don't matter. Be careful. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and let me know down in the comments your guys' thoughts. Yeah. So, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.